Hi there. You're tuning into One Good Book a Day, a place where every story leaves something behind. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is the story of a legendary Hollywood actress who lived through 7 marriages, countless scandals, and one secret love that defined her entire life. Written by Taylor Jenkins Reid, it's a novel that weaves glamour and loneliness into a haunting portrait of a woman who risked everything to become herself. The story begins when Monique Grant, a young journalist, is unexpectedly invited by Evelyn Hugo herself, the 79-year-old reclusive Hollywood legend, to write her official memoir. Monique doesn't understand why she was chosen, but she accepts, sensing that this could be the opportunity of a lifetime. In her luxurious New York apartment, Evelyn begins telling her life story from a poor Cuban immigrant girl named Evelyn Herrera growing up in the violence of Hell's Kitchen, to her transformation into one of America's brightest movie stars. Even as a teenager, she understood that beauty was her only ticket out of poverty. At 15, she married Ernie Diaz, a theater worker, not for love but to escape New York for Hollywood. Once in California, Evelyn realized beauty alone wasn't enough. She dyed her hair blonde, changed her last name from Herrera to Hugo, and built a whole new identity: Evelyn Hugo, the woman the world would never look away from. She divorced Ernie, beginning a chain of 7 marriages, each more strategic than the last. Her second husband, Don Adler, was a famous actor. Together, they became Hollywood's golden couple, but behind the camera, Don was abusive and controlling. Evelyn endured it silently, knowing she needed his fame to rise higher. When she no longer did, she walked away without regret. Her third husband, Mick Riva, was a scandal, a marriage that lasted less than a day, purely to distract the press. Later, she married Rex North, another actor, in a mutual agreement, a fake union to protect their reputations. During this period, Evelyn met Celia St. James, a young, talented actress. Their connection was instant, passionate and consuming. Yet it was a love that could never exist in public. In 1950s Hollywood, 2 women in love was a scandal that could destroy everything. To protect their love, Evelyn kept marrying men to hide the truth, and Celia did the same. They lived behind masks, performing false marriages, loving each other in secret, breaking apart time and again under jealousy, fear, and exposure. Evelyn knew fame always demanded sacrifice. She married Harry Cameron, her best friend, who was also gay. Together, they created a perfect family in the eyes of the world. They were soulmates, not lovers. Evelyn later gave birth to her daughter, Connor, a choice that brought her both joy and pain. But tragedy followed. Harry died in a car crash, and to protect someone else involved, Evelyn covered up the truth. The guilt of that night haunted her for the rest of her life. Years later, Celia fell gravely ill. Before she died, she asked Evelyn to leave Hollywood and live quietly with her. Evelyn agreed. They spent 7 peaceful years together before Celia passed away in her arms. A few years later, Connor died of cancer, leaving Evelyn completely alone. Now, in her old age, Evelyn tells everything. She doesn't seek forgiveness, only to be seen as who she truly was. Not a star. Not a myth. Just a woman who loved, erred, and lived fully. But as the story reaches its end, Monique learns a devastating secret. The man who caused her father's fatal car accident was Harry Cameron, Evelyn's closest friend. And Evelyn was the one who helped hide it. Evelyn admits she didn't choose Monique by chance. She wanted her to know the truth, to decide whether to forgive or to use the story to change her own life. For Evelyn, this was the only way to make peace with her past. After giving Monique full rights to her story, Evelyn ends her life peacefully, directing her own final scene. Monique leaves the apartment with the tapes and a heavy heart. She realizes Evelyn was not just a liar, nor only a victim, she was everything at once: strong, cruel, honest, and profoundly human. Continue reading the full version on our website. May your day be filled with good things.